right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Outerzone, the official podcast of Formula Drift. My name is Jacob Gettins, and we're going to do something a little bit different today. We're going to have our top 3 from Prospect sit down at this table, chat, hang out, see what happens. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, just wear the beanie. That's it.
That's pretty solid. I feel good about that. That's a good way to start this. Get the attitude up high, you know.
Good trade 2 J's if you could become Wolverine.
Where are you getting all this information?
I definitely heard some rumors about it. Are you still going? I get goosebumps thinking about it because it's like you can hear them get.
The car, I was going to qualify and I was going to drive it out the racetrack.
Just threw the hood over the ditch and
Longest employee of NOS. You did some digging there, huh?
Trying not to fall. I'm just starting. All right, throw on your headphones. Headphones on. All right. Oh, this is the first time we've done this, so this could be total chaos.
It's going to be great because we can't really hear them.
No.
But they can kind of hear us.
Everyone should hear each other. You can hear each other?
Yeah.
Say something?
Hello.
No?
No.
Oh, you such a dick.
I can't
I
hear
already
you.
started recording because I knew this was going to be good right out the bat. Boys, what's going on? How are we feeling?
Sticky.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
It's a great feeling.
Is it?
It's a great feeling, dude. Soak it all in.
Yeah, exactly. We work so hard to smell so bad like this.
It's so true. So true,
Oh,
dude.
my God. All right, so real talk, though. How much of a pain was it to practice in the wet to then have to go out and drive and like get no time in the drive?
I did 1 lap yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's not even worth it.
I did like 2.
Yeah.
Dude, it was insane. It was so rough. It was so hard.
And then practice today, I got 2.
Yeah,
I don't know why I didn't go so fast, but
And then we got the French players like, I'll drive in anything.
Did you see this dude snow drift? He's got a whole car set up in the snow.
Yeah. Honestly, when it's raining, I'm kind of like close with my budget, so I'm just like, oh yeah, it's all right. We're gonna save some money here.
True.
It's too good. No, it's too good. I like. Do you guys like Atlanta? Like, obviously you like Atlanta now, but did you like Atlanta before this weekend?
I was really surprised with the change elevation, and since it's my first time here, when you watch on YouTube, it looks so big, and when we get here, we were like, oh my God, this is really smaller than it looks.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, ton of elevation too. This track is crazy. I love it to death. I've come here for a few years between working on teams and driving, and it's always one of my favorite places to come to. It's such a professional racetrack. It just has a higher energy about it. The crowd is crazy.
Yeah.
I love this place for that reason. And obviously, for me, it's done well. I got 2 podiums in a row here, so.
Weird flex.
No, I'm just saying. Clearly, something about me in Atlanta gets along.
it's definitely my favorite. It's my favorite to spectate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Such a
this was the
party.
first track I ever came to.
Really?
Yeah.
This
First one to like spectate.
This is the first track I ever drove on.
Really?
This is like my first time ever driving on a track was coming down that hill.
What did you drive?
I had a Cummins-powered Miata.
What? What was that,
That's the first
4BT?
time.
Yeah, it was a 4BT. Yeah, dude, I don't know if it like blew up online years and years ago. But yeah, I like the first time I even drove it on a track was here.
That's
and like Nick
crazy.
Swan, it was a Grid Life Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
And Nick Swan's up there. And he's like, okay, you're going to go. Like, this is your first run. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, wait a second. Then it was like Vaughn, Chelsea, Chris all blow by me. He's like, oh, you can go now. I'm like, oh, thanks, dude. Like, Jesus. So, yeah, for me, like, dude, super special place. I love this place so much. The fans are great. Like you said, it's to spectate. Everything else is good. So, what do you guys, favorite track after this and track that you don't want to drive?
My favorite track is Arundel.
Yeah.
I'm just sad we don't go there anymore.
I know, like back in the old days.
Yeah, I like big banks track because that's what we used. That's what we have in Canada.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just like to go really fast, big banks. But here is cool because the initiation you can like kind of throw like a backy if you want.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Salt Lake is definitely, I think, number 2 on the Prospect series. Just because it's gorgeous like it is here. So every view that you get from media is like, it looks like Forza Motorsport. That's what I always tell people.
It is beautiful, yeah. It's
Yeah.
definitely beautiful.
Yeah, I agree. I have to be partial to New Jersey. I live there.
Yeah.
And if that track didn't exist, I would not be sitting here today.
Wow.
That's
Oh, really?
the God's honest truth.
Yeah.
So that I owe so much to the Naps and that track and everything that has brought to me. Plus, it's so much fun to drive.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I definitely look forward to this round and Salt Lake the most. I probably look forward to St. Louis the least.
Same. Oh yeah, same.
Yeah.
It's purely like just a weird. I don't know why, because
Yeah.
I actually enjoy driving the track, but I just never get that excited going there, and I wish I knew why.
It's because it's 118 degrees.
And it smells like dog food there too. Not to bash on people watching from St. Louis.
No,
it
there's
does smell
literally
like
a dog food factory like right next door. Like,
if we
there's a
did,
reason.
if we did St. Louis in like September,
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
like, okay, this is great.
I think so
Yeah.
too. I mean, it makes sense, like the way they've got the loop. Like,
Yeah.
it does make sense travel-wise, but
Yeah.
yeah,
It makes
yeah.
sense for the fans, I think, because that's like what's the whole purpose is, I think.
Yeah.
But for the momentum for us, it's not really like great. But I mean, we just go with what we have and we try to do the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cars-wise, how everybody's cars were working well, or like were you fighting demons? Like, what was going on? Any untold stories we don't know about?
My car was really great. We had some issue with the alignment actually, but we managed to fix it, and we just tried to improve the grip the whole weekend
Okay.
because we started on wet, so it was really slippery.
Yep.
And at the end, I think we kind of find the sweet spot.
Nice.
Yeah, typically when it gets dark here and it gets colder, it gets grippier.
Yeah.
But I feel it was the opposite this time.
Interesting.
So we were pushing a little bit of understeer, so we had to deal with that
Okay.
between battles. But that was about the only thing. Everything else was pretty smooth.
I wonder if the understeer came from the fact that like the rears were actually gripping more and you were getting more forward bite, and that's why you were getting it.
We gripped up the rear because we
okay.
went out and we were like, damn, we thought it was going to get way more grippy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, what's weird? I felt that the only place I noticed an enhanced grip was on entry. Like I came down the
Yeah.
hill and I threw the car and I was like, wait a minute. Like it just felt like it had so much more grip
Right.
there. But throughout the course, it didn't feel too much different.
Okay.
And in my case, we didn't change the car a lot at all. We had a very, very good event, thank God. And everyone knows you have some rough events and some bad ones, and this was a really easy one. We didn't change almost anything. The only changes we made for the car were to battle Tommy because we knew how fast he was.
We didn't do enough for Tommy.
Either did we, brother. That's why we're both here. That's why we're both here. So,
Oh, man.
but yeah, the car performed flawlessly, so I'm very, very fortunate for that.
Sick. Yeah, I mean, I think not overcomplicating it is like the biggest thing. There's so many guys that come in and they're like, oh, we're gonna do this, and that's like, dude, just set up the car, make small tweaks. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
For like, what can you guys tell? Like, honestly, the fans that are gonna listen and watch this, these are like the hardcore fans. So a lot of them are really into driving. What do you guys have advice-wise that you wish you would have known before jumping into pro spec? Like, what do you wish someone told you before you ever made this leap? And you've been in pro, so like you got double duty on this.
You got some good
Yeah,
info, dude.
that was like, man, finances
Yeah.
are gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, it's the money.
Yeah, and that's what it's mostly about, And when we were going into it, we're like, dude, we got a car, we got the driving skills, we're staying up in the top, of prospect seed, but then you get there and you're like, oh, these guys are like really good.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
really good. It's a bigger jump from pro am to pro spec.
Okay.
But I think
Yeah.
just the same thing, pro am to pro spec. It's like, man, you're the best in your little hometown. You're the best at E-Town. Everybody here's the best in their town.
Not at FD,
Yeah.
apparently. Total shit results there. Except for Pro-Am stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I think if I had a quote, it's like get your shit together before you come here.
Yeah.
Because the people will eat you, and it's kind of what happened 2 years ago, and that's why we took a break and we came back
Interesting.
more prepared with a better program and with a car that we already tested before. Because if we just try to go on the fly, it won't work.
Yeah.
And you're gonna waste money.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, don't come here to learn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, don't
do
like
not
have
come
everything
back
together
here.
before you show up. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say like, the biggest thing is like what everyone says is keep it simple, right? Like you
Yeah.
said before, it's all about finding a car that isn't too different, but is different enough that people care about, and that you're comfortable in, is reliable. Reliability to me is number one. Like Tommy
Yeah.
said before, if you have something that you can trust and you can go out there and just focus on good lead runs, you can do so well in pro spec, in my opinion. I'd say the number one thing that's I don't even know what I wish someone told me before is honestly I don't know. It's different. Fortunately, I'm very lucky because I have Chris, so like he just kind of like gave me a lot of information.
Yeah.
But I definitely would agree with the finance side of things. It's a big investment to come and do this. Between time or money or whatever it might be, it affects everyone's lives. You have to sell your soul to do this.
It's a full-time job, even
Yeah.
if we spend money.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
It
a
is
full-time job not to make any. Right.
Literally,
Yeah.
it's crazy. That's what I always say. Like, I feel like my boss is like, "Oh, why do you know those vacation days you're going and playing race car driver?" I'm like, dude, I would rather be at work in terms of stress than this. It feels like
Yeah.
2 full-time jobs I'm
I
doing.
could be this stressed in making money, or I could be more more
Or
stressed. And
if you're like us, you go to work and stress, and then come here and stress,
Yeah.
and you just never get a break.
Yeah.
And then you get gray hairs.
what do you guys all do for a
I
living?
love drifting.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't this such a great sport? Like,
Yeah.
what do you guys actually do for a living? You want to talk about that? Because I think like, dude, even back in the day, I mean, like, I talk a lot about it, but working with Riley, people are like, oh man, like, how much money do you make racing? He's like, dude, I work in a shop. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a front desk guy at a parts store. Like, I don't get paid to do this.
Yeah, that's the most common question we have. Like, oh man, you must make money out of this, and then we're like, yep, I wish.
No,
Yeah.
I spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it's like, we actually if you're in here and you're self-funding, you already make good money. Like, you're
You have
a
to.
businessman to some extent, you know?
Have to.
So, but I've been trying to push to get more towards automotive stuff because I've been living a career for 13 years that had nothing to do with cars.
Really?
So now I just got into print shop, so we're doing like liveries and printing commercial stuff, and it just helps me get a little bit more towards automotive because I can
Sick.
bring more stuff to the table that has to do with our cars.
Okay.
And like cross promote.
What's the name of the company, man? We got time to plug
Can't
it.
Stop Print Shop,
Okay. Sick.
Edmond, Oklahoma.
Nice. Good to know. Not that I'm in Oklahoma very often, but
It's a fun state.
We should.
Dude. It's a
Yeah,
fun
we
state. Oh yeah. I work for Snap-on Tools.
Oh, okay.
And if you've probably
Nice.
heard of them, I
So
run
you're a
a
drug dealer is what you're telling me.
Where's the Snap-on logo?
Yeah, believe it or not,
Hide your wallet,
the
kids.
team is actually sponsored by Snap-on. We have a great relationship with them. But I have been working for Snap-on for quite a few years, almost 10 years now, between being an assistant in a Snap-on franchise. I owned my own Snap-on franchise for a bit. I sold that. And then now I work and manage a Snap-on franchise route for a guy that owns 4 of them.
Okay.
So I do very close to Englishtown. One of my stops is like literally 15 minutes from Englishtown.
That's cool.
The racetrack. So that's what I do. I sell tools to mechanics.
That's
So you drive the
Basically.
truck and go steal money from people?
That's exactly what I do.
You son
need
of
any
a-
tools, dude? I'll hook you up.
The amount of people listening right now that have
exactly.
like their paychecks being garnished right now because of Snap-on. I'm just kidding. No, I mean it's we joke about it, but it's like it's a drug that we all want, right? Like
Yeah.
great tools. Like there's nothing
Oh,
better
yeah.
than getting a
We
brand
back it
new
up.
tool.
Oh,
like
yeah.
checking it out in the truck and you're like, man, I really need these needle nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really fun job. I honestly love doing it because we get to. I drive around all week and I bullshit with people that I see
Yeah.
every single week. I know their life stories. I know what's going on with their lives. They know about my racing. They know what's going on. And that part of it is really fun. The shaking people down for money isn't always the most fun, but it's not as bad as you would think. Maybe I'm just lucky in my route, but still.
Yeah, fair.
It's a great job. I really do like it.
As long as you don't do accounts receivable for Snap-on, probably don't feel like that bad of a guy.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah. For myself, I find that like running a race team, it's like having your own business.
Yeah.
So in my family, we always have been an entrepreneur. So yeah, you just have to be versatile. So that's what I do. I have my drift academy at iCar Mirabel in the North Shore of Montreal. So in the summer, I teach people how to drift, just to like try to give the passion to other people and introduce other people to the sport, because it's a sport that needs to grow a little bit more. But outside of this, I also do like in dealership training for manufacturers, so car manufacturers, tire manufacturers. I do testing for new products. I do lots of stuff in relationship with driving, so right seat drive, coaching. So I coach a lot of race car drivers, people that wants to get into racing, to have their FIA license.
Jeez.
And I also manage a business in the HVAC. So
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah.
You
so
saw
I-
like a Maristar and train and like
Are you
hiring?
So
This
I-
dude's resume is like an encyclopedia.
Are you hiring? Because I will quit my job, right?
I'm a racing instructor too. I've done it. You know, I worked for a while. I've sat right seat. You're crazy. This dude's out of his mind for
Yeah,
doing it.
yeah.
so yeah,
You
I'll-
drive for a
like-
living too, just a big truck.
So yeah, all of the doors that we can open, that's what we do, and this is how we can be here. Because without this, it wouldn't be possible.
I think it just shows that like with your success and like I don't think a lot of people know like how crazy you are in Quebec as well, and like your win record there, which is also pretty nuts. But like it's the seat time, man. Like it really comes down to the seat time. Like you talk to anybody who drives really, really well, they have something where they're just driving constantly, even if it's like sim. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
look at Jay, right? Like
crazy.
the kid lives on a sim.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, it's nuts. Think about the next generation
Oh,
of
man.
drifters. I mean, you're pretty. I don't know how old you are, but you're definitely pretty young.
26,
So like,
yeah.
you're
26.
probably close to my age.
Yeah.
So I actually
I don't know, how old are you?
I'm 31.
I'm 34.
Okay, so yeah, whatever. We'll get a good spread. Anyway, just think about the next generation of drifters and racer drivers in general coming
Yeah.
from sims.
Yeah.
Which is how good. Like
just set.
Jay's an example of it.
Yeah, they're just
you
set.
know.
Well, like getting through Pro-Am for me, I definitely put a lot of it on the sim because
Yeah.
like I licensed at Sonoma, never drove that track before. Go out, I did like 60 laps on the sim weekend before I left.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go out and link the track first try. You know, and it's like
Dude,
you're
it's
you're
crazy.
already a step ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference.
Absolutely,
And then driving
yeah.
all the time too is like,
yeah, of course.
you know.
Yeah, the more you can do, the more seat time. This is why I'm a terrible drifter. I get no time because I'm here editing podcasts and chatting with you guys and asking ridiculous questions. But nah,
They need it though. Dude, I love your podcast.
thanks, man.
Yeah.
I
I
appreciate it.
travel
Yeah, it's
so
awesome.
much. And I drive a lot, obviously for work and for racing, but
Yeah.
I'm always have your podcast up and just listening to all of them as I drive around.
I
love what
tell
you're
everybody,
doing.
I'm like, I really appreciate it. I mean, it means a lot coming from you guys, especially. I just tell everybody, I'm like, I'm just a super fan that they gave a job to. Like, that's it. I love the sport. I've been obsessed with it since the first time I saw it. First grid life ever. I went out. Ryan Turk was there with his street car, the white one.
Ooh.
I saw him turn that first lap. I was like, oh, this is my life now.
Yeah.
Like, it was literally that quick that I saw it, and I was like, oh, I'm obsessed. This is it.
Yeah.
This is the moment. And that just been ever since. And then yeah, FD's just like, hey, we're willing to like bring you places, and you can just keep talking about it. Like, that sounds pretty cool. So no, it's good. I really do appreciate that, and the feedback from everybody's been sick. So, so realistically, end of the season, you guys get your pro licenses. You making the jump? Ask all the prospect guys. Yeah, I know. And you're like,
I am happy where I'm at.
Okay.
It was like worth it to take a step back
Yeah.
and relax a little bit because I took off. I mean, it was way more than I could chew. You know what I mean?
It was a lot.
It was a big bite.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go back until it's the right
Still
time.
makes sense. Yeah, that's fair.
So, like, I don't know where this is diffused, but I have an announcement here. So my S14 is going to be his last season. So
Okay.
at the end of the season, I'm probably just going to sell it to a lucky guy or a lucky girl or whatever. And I'm actually building a new platform. So,
Dang.
yeah.
So we don't have to. Yeah, we don't have to reveal too much.
I've seen it.
Yeah,
I know what it
I
is.
mean, I've done the post on
It's
Instagram.
American.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, American baby.
This is coming at like in a couple hours. Like, there's no
Yeah.
waiting on this one. So
No, but I think, in our family, my dad is a fan of Corvette, and I've been a fan of Corvettes too. And we run obviously LS engines. So yeah, for next year we're gonna build I'm actually practicing with a C7 Corvette,
Dang.
and
Sick.
we're actually building with the FDF Race Shop complete C7 competition car. So and we're building it for pro.
Okay.
So we'll see what's gonna happen next year,
you're
but
putting all your eggs in that basket, man.
yeah,
Damn, I like it.
we'll see.
Love
Yeah.
to hear it.
Let's
But
see.
worst case, we're just gonna do some fun events with it. But,
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Put in seat time.
Yeah,
What about
I mean, it all comes down to, obviously, there's a lot of variables between now and the end of the year.
Yeah.
I would love to, if I could make it work with my job and stuff like that, and the team, if we could make it all line up to have a second car on the team, I know we are very capable of making it happen, thanks to Chris. The car wouldn't need a whole lot of changes, maybe a small turbo change and stuff like that. Big tire, obviously. So that side of it, I'm very fortunate. I don't know. We'll see what happens. My dream is to be lined up in pro. Like I can't tell you
Yeah.
like how badly I want to do that. And I'm definitely willing to sacrifice a lot of things to be able to get there.
You better be.
So I would love to, but we'll see how the year goes and obviously what we can, fortify,
Yeah.
cultivate from it.
Sick. I won't keep you guys any longer. I really appreciate it. I'm glad we got to do this. I already love this show idea. Like,
Yeah, this is sick.
I think this is perfect. Let you guys chill out a little bit. I know there's some cold beverages waiting.
Oh yeah.
I'll let you get to
Yeah.
it. Thanks again, boys. Catch everybody on the next. So maybe we'll do a pro one. Maybe I'll get the pro guys wrangled in
Oh
here.
yeah.
So,
They're spicy. The pro. Have you ever been to a pro drivers meeting?
Dude.
Spicy, dude.
I know.
I was sitting down
And
for the
Vaughn's
driver's
back?
meeting. I was like
Yeah.
getting ready for a chill meeting where
Yeah,
nobody's
you've been
gonna
to a pro
say
dri-
shit.
you know what it's
yeah,
like.
you're like an hour in. You're like,
Yeah. What is this question?
Vaughn's flipping tables over. Dude, it's nuts. You gotta do a pro one.
Sick. All right. Thanks everybody for listening and/or watching. I'll leave everybody's socials down below, boys. Let's go have a drink.
Yeah,
Let's go.
absolutely.
Talk to
It's
you
on you
guys.
though, right?
Yeah, I guess. FD budget.